Greetings, YouTube. This is Fragments of Memory once more again, and it is another episode of Armchair Philosophy 101. Tonight's topic is going to be about the women's empowerment movement. A lot of women talk about being empowered and taking charge of their own lives and having the strength to go and press forward. Now, the reason I'm starting this video is due to the fact of the for colored girls, the Intozake Shange book and play now made into a film by Tyler Perry. And I myself have not seen the movie, so before we go on, I'm not going to claim to have any knowledge of the movie. I have read the play. And like Intozake Shange, there's been a lot of work dealing with the trials and tribulations of women, especially black women in this country. And I, for one, applaud that. I think it's good to know that women do go through things, and I sympathize with the things that women go through, whether it's being a single mother, having to do things on your own, because I know many women that are single mothers who are trying to make it happen in this world, in this society, even in this tough economy. And my mother, a very good woman. My mother, a very good woman, a beautiful woman who has instilled many wonderful characteristics and qualities in me. Those that I do and those that I don't do. With that being said, I do want to point out that in the celebration of the woman, especially the black woman, I feel like the men have been placed on the back burner. Yes, I understand that we come from a male dominated culture and that it has, at a time, oppressed, objectified women, and even today still does in its own way. But I do think that as the pendulum is swinging in favor of the women, it's also swinging against the men. So we as men are often in film and television and in books always the ones that are depicted as incompetent, deadbeat, foolish, abusive, violent, sex crazed. And yes, those bad qualities exist in everyone at some level. But I don't believe that every single man on the planet is this way. And I do think that it is some very good propaganda being orchestrated or being put behind the idea that men are just these shiftless, lazy, good for nothing people, when really in reality, we as men are multifaceted as well. We are multifaceted people. We have many interests, many things. We are a blend of strength, passion, power, fire, but we're also a blend of mixed with the blend of vulnerabilities and insecurities, because that's all of us. I think that's humanity, not just men. So, on one hand, applaud the celebration of women, but I think there are casualties. There have been casualties when it comes to that. So, I guess my question is the media aiding and abetting this? Is the cultural attitudes aiding and abetting this? Now, don't get me wrong. I think there are men who are abusers, and they need to get their asses thrown in jail. Excuse my French, but they really do. And there are men that are deadbeat dads that are just, for lack of a better word, they're sowing their oats. They're slinging they slinging the genitalia around, but they're not sticking back for the responsibility. Like the girl was good enough to lay up with, she's also good enough to be with and take care of the child with. So my thing would just be, I think we as men have a lot of work to do to better ourselves, but at the same time, I don't think that we need to be treated to this culture of the man is bad and violent and that's all he is, when we are multifaceted creatures, multifaceted beings. And especially the black man. The black man is always, 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 out of every man on the planet, the black man is always depicted as the worst man on the planet. Wow. So I would also say that to those women that have sons, will you teach him to be better, or will you just merely tell him that due to his birth, due to him being born the gender and the ethnicity that he is nothing but an evil, bad individual? And then I wonder sometimes, do black men get love anymore? I think, do we love black men anymore? Sometimes I think no. Nobody loves the black man anymore. A homeless dog, a homeless cat, a homeless inanimate object will get more love than a homeless man. We protect the women and children, but at the same time, I think in protecting women and protecting children, we've we sort of automatically have left the man to be the sort of scapegoat. Something goes wrong. Here's the male to be the whipping boy for female righteous indignation. And I, for one, think that is totally messed up. And again, another thing, I also think that if I as a man were to say something negative about women, I would be instantly chastised as a chauvinist, as a sexist. But if a woman were to say things about me as being male, I'm incompetent or I'm incapable of being faithful to a relationship, she walks away with that, with a free pass and carte blanche. And I think that's also wrong and very hypocritical. And but then again, I am speaking on the side that is being maligned. So if you look at it this way, it's kind of like gun control. I look at it like gun control, where I'm all for gun control because I don't have a gun. As soon as I have a gun, I want no gun control. So it depends on which side of the gun you're on. If you're on the trigger side, good. If you're on the side with the two barrels, not so good. And with that being said, I do want to bring my video to a close. This was just me sharing a few of my random thoughts. Nothing deep, nothing prolific to a certain degree, but still getting my information out into cyberspace or to the ether or whatever. So thank you for your time and peace.